Hello and welcome to the Nerdiest Podcast, the podcast where nerds talk about nerdy things. I'm your host, Mr. Nick Barrett, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Jackson Glass. I don't actually know what's going on right now.
Oh, hi.
Would you care to explain?
No.
Because you just dipped out of frame before we started, and you were like, oh, I have a thing, and then you dipped out of frame, and then he was gone.
Completely honest, I had no plan for this. I just found these sunglasses for $3 and really wanted to put them on. They gave me Johnny Depp Willy Wonka vibes, and so I really wanted to pick them up. But, hey, if you're not watching the video, then... hey, watch the video.
It's available on Spotify and YouTube if I remember to upload it. I actually I had an uploading spree of all the past episodes, at least the past video ones. There were a couple in there that were not video, but I did an uploading spree because I'm like, I might as well throw them on YouTube. Like, they're there, so why not?
You never know. Put
them up. So, but today we are going to be starting a brand new mini-series of sorts called Jackson's Anime Adventure, because as valued listeners and, old listeners and, constant listeners, I forgot what the dedicated listeners will know. Jackson is not a weeb like myself.
No.
The only anime he's seen, to quote himself, is Sonic X, which does technically count as an anime, but is not an anime in the same sense as, like, Demon Slayer or My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan.
I've never been
speaking
quoted
of
back
Demon
to
Slayer
myself before.
That's what we're going to be covering today. The first mini, sub-episode of the podcast of Jackson's Anime Adventure is we're going to be talking about Demon Slayer. Because, as dedicated listeners of the show will know, I have forced Jackson to watch Demon Slayer over the last 3 or so months.
Yeah.
It was my job to make sure he was watching it, and he did.
Hey, that's called accountability.
So we're going to be talking about season 1. And what are you doing?
It's dirty. I had to clean the camera.
You could have cleaned it before we started.
I didn't know it was dirty before we started.
Anyway, we're going to be talking about season 1 and then the movie as well, because that's kind of where my cutoff is for season 1 in a sense, because of the way it came out. It was season 1, then the movie, then season 2. Even though they readapted season 2 or the movie as part of season 2, I don't consider it a part of season 2. Obviously, it will be considered part of season 2 depending on where you go. Hulu has all of the arcs listed as different like things. Yeah. If you look on Hulu,
this is kind of a new world to me. Like the whole everyone's like the so and so arc, and I'm like, what even does that mean? And it's really interesting, to see the translations between the mangas and the show, and how it's released and where it gets released. Because I'm very basic, and I saw it on Netflix, but I did not watch dubbed. Don't worry, sorry.
That's a lie.
No, wait.
That's a lie.
Well, okay. Before we get too deep into this, we have a couple news segments. That was just a little teaser, so you keep listening to the end. Recently, what was it called? There was a big Star Wars event.
Our main topic today is Demon Slayer, but we're gonna do our weekly recap. We have 1 or 2 news stories, and then we're gonna jump back into Demon Slayer, and we also have at least 1 quiz, potentially 2, to do at the end. So continue.
So
do you want to do news, or do you want to do weekly recap?
We'll do quick weekly recap. Lord have mercy.
It's not going to be easy for me to do quick.
I know, but I'll do mine quick so you can talk a little bit longer. But fun, cool thing, I went to Goodwill and found this camera from 2007, and it records, it looks like your old home movies. So I think that's kind of cool. I went and
Hey, Jackson.
What?
Jackson.
Huh? Yeah. Huh?
Do you know why it looks like your old home movie?
Wait, why?
Things?
Wait,
because it's from 2007, and that's what we used to record old home movies.
Why didn't I think of that? Yeah.
Whoa!
I've had some cool projects I've gotten to work on. Some of them are personal projects. Some of them are projects for other people. You'll see some of that stuff if you follow my personal Instagram, the Glass Studios. But I went and I saw Doctor Strange a second time because it was $5 movie night.
Cringe.
So like, why not? I enjoyed it more the second time I saw it, and I wanted to see it again because I didn't understand it. But now
that's a nice color.
Now I still don't understand it, but I enjoyed it more upon second watch. So other than that, I've just been kind of hanging out, not doing too much. But yeah, I've got some pretty big projects in the works. So, hey, keep an eye out. Are you watching the Sonic event?
So turns out there is no Sonic event. It was, you know how people will post like the Nintendo Direct announcements and they'll be from the year prior, but because everyone's so excited, they don't actually look at the date and see that it's from 2021. Yeah, I did that.
Oh.
And I didn't realize it until I went back and I looked at the tweet and it was from May 25th, 2021. And I was like,
sounds like you got bamboozled.
I did. I got played really hard. Sorry, I'm putting together the Fan
yourself.
Friday story right now. Hey guys, sneak behind the curtain. I'm literally putting together the story post on Instagram. Go follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Nerdiest Podcast, for the Fan Friday, for the episode that is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
whatever.
follow on Instagram. Also, while he's doing that, I also want to say that while you're doing that, while we're promoting, we have stickers now right here. You can see that you can see we have the logo sticker. We actually have them now. You can buy with the link in the description, not just for Spotify, wherever you're listening. It'll be in the description. We have the Nerdiest Podcast text logo, and we also have Hype Responsibly. So they're $3 each, very cheap. They're very high quality, fast shipping, as long as the postal service doesn't screw you over like it did for me. But hey, just want to say that Hannah's an amazing friend and partner of the show, and she's doing all these stickers from her house, so the Etsy link will be in the description of this episode. Go buy them.
That is correct.
So
okay, it's posted. I'm good.
Good. You did something kind of fun this week.
All right. My week has been a never-ending roller coaster of emotions, okay? So...
Sorry, I'm liking my own post.
Wow. So, last weekend, I got the chance to go to MegaCon, which is a convention in Florida. It was a great convention. I went with some of my friends. We had a super great time. I was going to cosplay because I have like a Sith tunic that I was going to wear, but you know, it's Florida, it's hot, and I didn't want to die. So I didn't wear that. I just wore like a Star Wars shirt, and I actually took my lightsabers with me. And I got a lot of cool merch. It's over there on the floor, otherwise I would show it. I got some like posters or wall prints. I will say I did get this for all you anime fans. Got this really cool like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jotaro. It's like the bead art.
Yeah.
So that'll be going on the wall somewhere. I got some stickers. I got all this cool stuff. But the highlight of the day, and the reason I was going to the convention specifically was because there were photo ops with celebrities. And one of the celebrities on the list was Ashley Eckstein, which if you guys have seen or, you know, you've listened to really any episode of the podcast, The Clone Wars is my favorite TV show of all time. Ahsoka Tano is my favorite Star Wars character. You know, I obviously have a special place for Ahsoka in my heart, which I'm going to get to. There's another thing that I might get to a little later on about that. So when I saw her on the list of celebrities you could get a photo op with, I was like, okay, well, I definitely need to do that. So I booked a photo op with her, and I was super excited about that. And then about 2 weeks ago, like 2 weeks before the convention, they added Matt Lanter to the list, who voiced Anakin in the Clone Wars. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, well, I got to see him too. So I got a photo op with him. And then 2 days before the convention, they announced James Arnold Taylor was going to be there, but he wasn't doing photo ops. And I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, I would love to, like, get a picture with all three of them. And so the convention comes, I'm there, and James is doing autographs.
James Arnold Taylor is Obi-Wan,
stood in
right?
line.
He's Obi-Wan?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yes. So I stood in line, and I got up there and I got an autograph. He signed a Clone Wars Season 7 poster that I do want to take around to more conventions and get Ashley and Matt to sign both of those.
First name basis.
To get them to sign.
Whoa.
So, whoa.
Oh, Ashley and
but
Matt,
I also
you know
got
I
got a picture with James Arnold Taylor. I got a selfie with him. So I do now have a picture of me with all three of the main Clone Wars voice actors, and that made my entire day. And not to go on the super long tangent, but it was a really, like, I don't want to say emotional because I didn't cry or anything, but it was like a very emotionally exciting day because the Clone Wars, you know, the long and short of it is the Clone Wars is essentially the reason why I'm graduating from film school in 2 months. And, you know, these voice actors obviously lent their voices to this show, but they're also just really great people. Like Ashley Eckstein is, you know, super into mental health awareness and making sure, you know, everyone has like good mental health. And James Arnold Taylor, stand-up guy. Matt Lanter, stand-up guy. So just not only are they good people, but they've also like they are the reason, like they built my childhood, which is the Clone Wars, and you know they're the reason that I'm, you know, going to film school. So it was a really exciting time to get to meet them, even though it wasn't like a, oh my gosh, you know, I'm gonna sit here and tell you my whole life story. Like the photo ops were really quick. It was like 30 seconds max. It was we posed for a picture and then we were done. Except for with James Arnold Taylor, I got to kind of talk to him for a little bit as he was autographing, which was cool. They complimented my Ahsoka shirt that I was wearing, which of course, you know, they're gonna compliment everyone's t-shirts because that's what they do. But they're telling it to me, so it's special, and I don't care if they tell the next 10 people who are wearing the exact same shirt as me that they have a nice shirt. Like it, you know, It was super personal. So that's rad. Was a huge part of my weekend last weekend, and that was really cool. The convention itself, I don't know how I feel about conventions because there was a lot of people there. Like they said they were expecting about 100,000 people at that convention, and the convention center here is big, but it's not that big.
It's not 100,000 people big.
So we were densely packed in this convention center, and it was cool. And conventions are cool. Like I saw a lot of really cool cosplays. And there was a lot of really cool merch. Like there was merch that I wanted to buy that I couldn't afford. So I just had to start taking business cards. And I'm like, I'll buy it later. I'll buy it later when I have more money. But I don't know if I would do a convention again because it was very sensory overwhelming.
Yeah, that makes sense. You kind of, like the Clone Wars actors made it worth it for you.
Right.
But if they weren't there, would you have gone to the room with 100,000 people?
Not necessarily. I mean, obviously, I would still want to go to something like E3, which is probably never going to happen again, or Comic-Con, just to say that I've gone. But it's like I would do it once. Like I would go to Comic-Con once and then never go again because I did it once. I don't need to go again. Now, I would love to go to a convention and cosplay with some of my friends and do like an anime cosplay or something and do like a group cosplay, but I don't know if I'd ever do one of those conventions on my own because it was just hot. The food was really expensive, so I didn't end up eating for a while, which, led to me getting a headache, and I didn't drink enough water, which obviously that's personal stuff, but the convention didn't lend to that it was like $5 for a bottle of water at the vending machine.
What you're describing,
and when you're a broke college student, that is a lot of money for water.
You see, this sounds a lot like Disney World, but Disney World is a little more worth it.
Well, in Disney, you're also more spread out. Like, you're not on top of it. And even if you are, you can go somewhere where there's not millions
So
of
we
people.
need to move on to
So-
the news, but I also, my dad just came in and dropped off this lens that I ordered.
Hey,
And it was
yo.
supposed to be here tomorrow, but here it is. So this is what I'm going to be using for the podcast later on. And I'm
Lens swap live on the podcast.
Hey yo,
Just
hey yo, hold up. Let me just
Hold up.
kind of.
Gotta switch the lens.
Hey yo. So
Lens check?
I'll do that. I'll do that later. But blaze through the news a little bit. Recently,
Oh, yeah.
the Star Wars Celebration, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Star Wars
that was
Celebration
a thing.
is the weekend we're recording. It literally started this weekend.
I
or
didn't know that was
Thursday?
a thing until it started. I don't even know
So,
where it is.
It is a
but-
thing every year. They haven't really done it the last 2 years because of COVID.
Yeah, that's what they claim.
Next time they host it in Orlando, I'm gonna
Rest
go,
in peace.
because I've always wanted to go to a Star Wars Celebration.
How is that different from a convention, though?
Okay, it's different because it's a Star Wars convention.
all right,
okay,
all right.
and they hold it in a much bigger convention center. Like the convention center I went to.
Looping back.
The convention center I went to is the convention center, but there are bigger ones that you can use. And Disney can afford those bigger ones.
Facts. So
'Cause they're
you wanted to
sponsored by
say something
Geico.
about you wanted to say something about the Ahsoka news? Do this quickly because I want to talk about demons.
There's nothing quickly about this. Okay.
Ah,
So,
but demons.
everyone who knows me knows that was very apprehensive about Ahsoka being in The Mandalorian. I thought it was going to be cool. It was cool for the first 30 seconds she was on screen, and then I started critiquing every little bit of it because Ahsoka's my favorite character and she holds a very special place in my heart. So, obviously, I'm going to be very impartial to that character and how they handle her on the live action. I thought it was fine. Didn't really care for it, though, because now it starts to feel like, well, okay, Disney, you made a female character that people like, and they don't crap on, like, people crap on Rey, even though we don't crap on Rey because she's a woman. We crap on her because she has sucky writing.
Yeah.
And the whole sequel trilogy has sucky writing, but that's a podcast for a different day. Anyway, they finally found their female character, that they can make a show off of and nobody's going to get mad. Here's the problem, though. Ashley Eckstein did a short little interview panel at Star Wars Celebration this weekend, and the interviewer asked her point blank, so the live action Ahsoka show is coming up. Have you talked to Rosario Dawson? What kind of what are you passing on to her that you've learned and experienced and all the character nuances? Because you've been the voice of Ahsoka, so what have you passed on to her? And Ashley Eckstein just looks in the camera. And then looks at the interviewer and says, I've never met Rosario Dawson before. I haven't talked to her at all. We have not spoken. We have not met. We have not anything. Which is a massive red flag to me for this show. Because it does not make any logical sense for the person who's been playing this character for 14 years, who has literally grown with this character, and knows this character probably better than anyone aside from Dave Filoni, to not work with Rosario Dawson, who's playing her in live action, to make that adaptation better. I really don't like that one, because that's doing Ashley
starting to get Halo vibes where they're like, we didn't look at the source material. It's that's probably why it sucks.
The thing that bothers me more is that they didn't involve Ashley Eckstein in it at all, which, granted, they don't owe that to her. They're not obligated to do that. It just seems like something you would do.
Seems like it would have been a good idea.
She is Ahsoka. How do you not have her involved in this project at all?
But I mean, Dave Filoni.
It just made me really upset. I was very passionately upset this morning when I watched the clip.
I believe in Dave Filoni. I believe in him.
I believe in him, but it also doesn't seem like him to not.
Last thing to say.
Involve her.
Aiden Christensen was there for the Kenobi thing, and the interviewer was like, I saw this clip this morning where he's like, hey, anything you want to say before we go and play the show? And Aiden Christensen just goes into the microphone and he goes, this is where the fun begins. And the crowd goes wild because that's his
the power
line.
Of the prequel memes.
That's his line from Revenge of the Sith. That's an iconic line. And I just,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do anything but think of that episode of The Simpsons where Bart goes and becomes like the assistant on the Late Show, and he does something, and then his line is like, "Oh, I didn't do it," and then he gets famous, and so the whole like everyone's in his class like, "Say the thing, say the thing." He's like, "I didn't do it." They're like, "He said the thing," and so that's the. I'm not like I'm not saying that was a bad idea. I'm not saying it was stupid or anything. I just think it's hilarious that's all.
Only 2
that's
episodes
all
into
he
Kenobi,
had
and
to
we're already
say.
hating on Hayden
It's like
Christensen.
I'm not hating on him at all.
It's the prequels all over again.
I'm not hating on him at all. I'm just saying I think it's
Good,
hilarious that that's all he had to say, and it was kind of a big brain thing because like the power of the prequel memes really is a huge community.
Well, also, what really can he say? Like, we know Vader is in Kenobi, but we don't know to what extent, so he can't really say anything.
True. Very true.
Also, as of time of recording, I have watched the first 2 episodes of Kenobi. Very good. Go watch them. Excited to see where it goes. We will be doing, well, I don't know. Can I tease that? Is it too early?
They teased their episode with us.
Yeah, but that was like a week before we recorded. We're like a month and a half away.
Assuming everything goes to plan, we will be doing a full Kenobi review on the Genre Geeks podcast. Assuming it all goes to plan, I'm very excited for it. I'm not going to put it set in stone just in case, but it should go out and it should be really great. So,
Not great, you jinxed it.
demons, am I right?
Before we jump into demons and their slayers, I do want to give a shout out. Obviously, I've lost my train of thought there for a brief second. Sorry, I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. I do want to give a shout out to Hannah. She's been doing great with the stickers. Go check out her Etsy shop, link in the description. You can buy our stickers. Right now, we've sold, I think she said about 35 stickers already.
Yeah, very exciting.
Which in the first 2 weeks, that's great.
Not bad.
And I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to all of the fans who went out and bought our stickers. It means a lot that you would not only financially support the podcast, but you would even be interested in buying some form of physical like merch, and that means a lot. So if you haven't already got a sticker, they're like $3 a piece. They're really cool. I haven't found a spot to put mine yet, but I will be placing them soon. And the back of my computer is pretty full.
When we sell 50 stickers, the Nerdiest Podcast will be tattooed on my bicep.
That's
We're
right.
Going
we're 15
all the
stickers
way.
away.
Sell those
If you want to see Jackson, if we sell 100 stickers, I will do something that will be determined at a later date.
It's like, I will take a drink of water.
I will do a thing. I will drink Starlight Coca-Cola.
Whoa.
You can also, if you want to support the podcast in non-financial ways, that is also fine. You can spread it via word of mouth, or you can check us out on Instagram or TikTok at the Nerdiest Podcast. Now that all of our social plugs are out of the way.
I'm so excited. I'm giddy.
All right, go.
Okay.
Talk about Demon Slayer.
So,
the floor is yours for the next 40 minutes.
Sweet. So, does anyone else think that gum is getting too minty? Anyway, no, I think so this was my first like real anime experience. And you brought up the question like, is this a good starter? And you see, I can't fully answer that question until I watch more other shows, but so far I think yes, because this show is narratively so impressive that, well, maybe it's bad because this is really kind of set a bar for anime for me. So I watched Weathering.
See, that's why I'll show you Sword Art Online at some point.
So I watched Weathering with You, and that became one of my favorite movies. And that's when I kind of thought,
Demon Slayer's not your first anime.
It's first show.
Because you've watched Weathering with You and you've watched Star Wars Visions.
Oh, that's true. Oh, frick. All right, guys, thanks for listening to.
Okay, so all right, we're gonna have to start over. Cut.
Okay,
no, it's fine. It's his first,
like, real. I don't want to say real anime, but his Visions.
It's his first full season, like full narrative anime.
So
let's say that. Let's put it that way.
So I just kind of want to like. I think it is a good starter anime because you kind of learn like some of you kind of learn how it works because it flows differently than like American television, and I kind of had to get used to that. And I did not watch it dubbed. I watched subbed, which is probably the hardest part for me because
except for the 2 episodes we watched dubbed.
We had to watch 2 dubbed because we watched them in line at Disney World, and it was really loud. We can't read
subs with the sun on the screen.
So it was really loud in there. So those 2 were dubbed. But that meant I couldn't be doing something else. So I couldn't like fold laundry or work on something while it was going. I had to be like full attention reading the subtitles, which made it kind of hard to finish at times. But every time I switched it to the dub to like eat lunch or something, I would always instantly switch it back because the dub, not that great in comparison, because the dub is kind of like, I'm gonna protect Nezuko. He just sounds like a Chad. And the sub... Does he not, though? And the sub...
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
He does, though.
I didn't think about it that way.
He's like, I'm gonna protect Nezuko. That way,
you're so right.
And then the sub is like... Like, there's so much more emotion in the like the original language that like it's a lot better. I'll say that.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I made him watch episode 19 sub. I was like, I don't care. I don't care if you watch the rest of the series dubbed. The Demon Slayer dub is fine with a capital F.
So,
but if you watch any episode subbed, it has to be episode 19.
So
that is the only one I require you to watch sub.
That was the hardest part about watching anime, was just kind of like I had to sit down and watch it. I couldn't just put it on for giggles like I could a show like New Girl or whatever. The character design, you see, I have very little problems with this show, and so this will just be kind of me like fangirling. And
that's where the weebs come in and tell you that you're wrong.
You're wrong, actually. I kind of like the character design in Demon Slayer is A+. Like, and there's a thing called the silhouette test, where if you can tell who a character is based on their silhouette, then it's a good design because it's distinctive. If you look at The Simpsons, that's how they do it. Not to mention The Simpsons every episode. I'm not sure why that keeps coming up, but like their silhouettes are very distinctive. So I think they did an incredible job at like giving different characters different themes and like different like the characters are diverse. That's what I will say, because you have, I also want to say I'm really bad with names in this show. I have to kind of...
It's okay, that's what I'm here for.
I kind of have to be like Tanjiro, Nezuko, the yellow guy, and the boar. That's kind of what I have to...
It's okay, that's what I'm here for.
So Tanjiro... The only difference between Tanjiro and the yellow guy...
Yeah, you were close. You were close.
So it's not...
I just told you his name like 20 minutes ago. Huh?
Zenistu?
Stop laughing and say its name properly.
Zenistu.
Come on.
It's not Zenistu.
You're close. You're close. It's Zenitsu.
Zenitsu. Okay.
You just needed to drop that other T.
So if you look at the design, like their coloring is very different. That's a very good branding thing too. I like that. And then Inosuke.
There you go.
Okay.
You got that one.
He gave me the option. Nick gave me the option to watch. He's like, you can watch My Hero or you can watch Demon Slayer. Like this has to be one of your first. And then I watched the trailer for Demon Slayer and I said, that boar guy is sick. I gotta watch. And then
when I force people to watch anime, I make them choose between two shows. And when they're like, what's a good bar to see which one I would want to watch, I always send them the first opening of the anime. obviously the My Hero first opening is not the best one of the series. And they have like 9 because it's been going on longer than Demon Slayer. But I think that's okay because the opening will give you a vibe of what that first season is going to be about.
Yeah.
And even though the first opening of Demon Slayer covers all 26 episodes in one opening.
Yeah.
It covers like 4 arcs. Right, actually, hold on.
Yeah, this
6.
is an interesting thing because from episode 1 it was the same theme song, and I rarely skip the theme song because it's
banger.
A banger. Unless I was like binging, which I had to do a lot. There was about a week where I watched maybe 3 to 4 episodes a night because which is rookie numbers for some people.
That's rookie numbers for me.
I hate doing that. But I was flying out to Florida for a weekend to see Nick, and I wanted to watch the movie together, so I had to finish that first season. And so I made it. I did it. But I had to watch some episodes on a plane, but I did it. And so I rarely skip the theme song unless I was just biting for time. So it's a banger with a capital B. But no, the theme song is the same from the whole series. But you don't introduce these side characters till about halfway through, and so I was very confused for a long time. I was like, "Where's the boar?" But
well, even the Hashira at the end of the opening, they have that, which something they do that's very subtle, and it's only in like I think 4 of the episodes. Is up until you meet the Hashira, they're all silhouettes.
Yeah.
But then if you go back in like a version 2 or 3 of the opening, after you meet the Hashira, it's all like as it does that zoom out, they're all colored in and like they're actually there.
That's rad.
Because you don't know who the Hashira are until that episode. So it's kind of like
I think the best part of this show is the characters. I think because
it's a very character-driven
story, and I care very deeply about everyone, which is rare. Even in shows like Friends, I'm like, screw you, Rachel, I don't care. But
welcome to the club.
I also like it's crazy. So I care about Tanjiro. I care about Zenitsu. Is that right? Zenitsu.
Close.
Zenitsu.
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 I think.
Zenitsu?
Yeah.
So I care about
Zenitsu. Stay with me.
Zenitsu.
All right, we're gonna recreate the Friends meme. Okay. Zen. Eats.
Niece.
Are you not hearing what I'm saying? You're completely off of what I'm saying right now.
Okay, go again.
Okay. Zen. Eats. Sue. Zen eats Sue. There you go. If you need to think it on your head, Zen eats Sue. What is Sue? Sewage? Could be Sue a person?
So Zen eats
cannibalism? There you go. So, Zenitsu.
We got it. When Zenitsu was in the show, he started, I found him very annoying. I was like, this man just like cannot do anything. I was like, he's screaming all the time. He's weak. He's a loser. He is crying for any girl to marry him like he's a sophomore at a Bible college. He will
Wait.
What?
Don't you self-identify with Zenitsu?
But you need to let me finish.
I'm just saying.
But and I want to talk about the character development in the show because Zenitsu is
there you go.
has a very good arc where he starts off as like this whiny little punk that just like doesn't really know what he's doing. And then he kind of uses his flaws to motivate him into becoming a good demon slayer. So when he's like, he's this guy that's like, I love women. Like, he's just like, he's crazy.
Who doesn't?
The dude's crazy. The dude is like the biggest simp you could ever imagine. But he's also uses that to be like, oh, I have to protect Nezuko, which is like the main plot of the show is they're trying to protect her. And so I think that's really great. So what? Huh?
I can't say anything.
Do you want to cut it out? Do you want to say it and then cut it out?
That's a spoiler for season. No, it's not.
It's not like an.
It's not a manga spoiler because it's in season 2.
Okay.
But it'll be a spoiler for you.
Okay.
Since you haven't watched season 2 yet.
Yeah. So his character arc is incredible. I love that he went from just being completely useless to realizing that he can do what needs to be done when it's needed. And I really enjoyed seeing that arc. And then Inosuke.
Yeah, you got that
okay,
one.
So Inosuke is the biggest he's the biggest character with the most development because he starts off like wanting to kill everything. He's like, I'm gonna fight everyone. He has this insane temper, and then he slowly learns. It's really interesting because he learns sorry, we got a really nice DM.
No, I saw that too.
I was like, oh my gosh. Sorry. Genre Geeks, if you listen to this, thank you for your very sweet DM. I just got that, and it's very, very kind. Anywho.
Thank you.
So, Inosuke is very angry. He wants to kill everything. He will pick a fight with anyone. And he's almost like a toddler, where he has to slowly learn basic values of decency. And so you slowly see him becoming the guy that like they give him like new clothes, and he's like, why would you give this to me? And they're like, because we want to take care of you. It's like, oh, that's weird. So
cool.
he also my favorite line in the entire show, it's insanely accurate, and it's so good, is when Tanjiro says, he said, food tastes better when you eat it with friends. And that, like, I'm just like, that's when this turned into one of my new favorite shows. Because I was just like, it's true, though. Like, sitting there. So, yeah, character development, incredible. And the most character development we see is in episodes 15 through 19, which is The Mountain. Which I can get the exact name of it.
Hold on, it's Mount Natagumo.
Yeah, Mount Natagumo.
Which is funny because I had to look that up with Colin on our last episode.
So,
because I didn't know what it was.
Sorry, I'm marking off my notes so I don't get distracted.
Good grief, man.
So,
episodes.
So 15 through 19 is the mountain arc where they're, man. I was not okay in these episodes. Like, no. I was like, a lot of shows are afraid to hurt their characters. Like, a lot of shows will be like, but he's the strongest, so he's gonna. Marvel does this a lot. It's kind of dumb.
I have a point about that. I will let you finish,
okay.
But I have a point about that one.
Where they're just like, but he's the strongest, so of course he's going to defeat everyone. No, they're not the strongest. We even see that in later when the Hashira arrive, like, they are not the strongest by any means. And so, like, Inosuke gets, like, tied up in a tree because of his flaws. Like, he can't not back down from a fight. And so that was an incredible character moment. And then Zenitsu, like, almost becomes a spider, and then that becomes like a consistent thing. Like, he has to heal to not become a spider, and like, that's incredible. And then Tanjiro is like fighting like that like circle of demons that are like a family, and he like wants a family, like, breaks my heart. Like because they're the most non-villainy villains that you could ever see, because they're awful and they're killing all these people. But you're like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible for these guys because they were people once.
Yeah, Demon Slayer does a really good job of showing you the humanity in
in the villains.
demons.
Yeah.
Because most demons are just humans who were turned into demons either accidentally or, willingly because they wanted some deeper desire. Like, what is it? I don't remember his name. Oh, Rui, who did all the threads and stuff.
Yeah.
He was turned into a demon because he didn't want to die. And, and My Hero does the same thing where it like shows you the human side of these people. Like, there are reasons why people do bad things, but they also acknowledge that, there are people out there who just do bad things to do bad things. Not every single demon has this tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Some of them are just, we're out here to do bad. Like the I think it's Emu on the train.
Yeah.
The one who fused with the train. He just does bad stuff to do bad
just
stuff.
He's
He
bad
eats
dude.
people to eat people.
Yeah.
And then you get people like Rui who wanted a family. And that's why he became a demon.
The one that...
They do a really good job with that.
It's weird to have a favorite demon, but my favorite one...
Do I have a least favorite? Absolutely.
My favorite is the artist guy. When...
Oh, the one with the drums?
Yeah. The drum guy, because one, that episode is so dope because they know exactly when to switch from 2D to 3D, which is something this show does really well. And like that room,
Ufotable.
I sent you a Marco Polo during that episode. Like when the room like switches and it does this amazing 3D spin. I had to rewind and send you a video because I was like, holy crap. Like that is an amazing episode. But my favorite thing...
All I'm going to say...
Okay. Share.
Just wait till you get to season 2.
I'm so excited.
Episode 10 of season 2 is going to blow your mind.
Okay. So I think...
That's all I'm going to say.
But that guy is my favorite just because at the end, Tanjiro's like, your art is beautiful. And the demon was like dying. He was like, it is? Like all he wanted was that validation. And like, this is why Tanjiro is such a good character, because he's the amount of humility in this man is just like frustrating. There's like, it's there. He's amazing, and like that the demon died, but he was like fulfilled. Like he got like it was. It was a beautiful thing because his character died in peace when none of the other demons that I can think of really had that peace in the end.
Right. Tanjiro also, because, this is a common thing that anime runs into, is you either have a protagonist who will kill everyone for the sake of killing everyone because they're bad.
Yeah.
Or you'll have characters which, hate to throw them under the bus, but characters like Deku, who, well, maybe not Deku. That's a bad example. But there are the characters who will be like, well, I don't want to fight you unless I absolutely have to. Like, they're still good in you. Like, that kind of stuff. Tanjiro is the perfect blend of those two. He will not hesitate to kill demons because he can recognize that what they're doing is wrong. But he also has the ability to recognize the humanity in the demons. And there's a great, which I hate to keep saying it's in season 2, but there's a great moment with the demons at the end of season 2, where it really shows that humanity.
What were you gonna say about having strong characters? I want to go back to that a little.
What I was gonna say is, well, power scaling in anime can kind of be crazy because, you got Goku going from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Super God, Super Saiyan, Super Blue, Super Saiyan Purple,
it's
Green,
very Power
Yellow.
Rangers to be like, oh, we're a big robot now. Now we're a bigger robot. Now we're a bigger robot. It's like, okay.
Oh, God, you just described Gurren Lagann. Fantastic anime, though.
Is that the Iron-Blooded Orphans one?
No.
Okay.
But one thing that Demon Slayer does well, not one thing, but another thing they do really well is showcasing the power scaling. Because in most shows, it's like, oh, Tanjiro is the most overpowered Demon Slayer of them all. Which, granted, as you get a little further into it, it does start to feel that way, but not in a bad way.
But not. It's because he's learning.
Right.
So
It's more of a learning experience. It doesn't just all come to him at once. So pacing out that power scaling, but even when you get up to the Hashira, Demon Slayer shows you that no one is infallible.
No.
Even someone like Rengoku, who is seen throughout the entirety of the
Spoilers
movie, right?
for the movie.
As this, well, spoilers for the movie. It's been out for over 2 years.
Yeah.
So
but
it's
still.
okay if you haven't seen it. That's on you. But throughout the entirety of the movie, Rengoku is portrayed as this like. By the character, by the main characters, he's perceived as like this god, like, oh my gosh, he's so cool. Like, Rengoku can do anything. And then he dies. He just gets killed by an upper rank demon. And that is world shattering.
Yeah.
For these characters.
Well,
because they're like,
because
even someone as strong as Rengoku can still be killed.
They are the POV characters, and they're very young. And so, like, I think the point of view put the Hashira in like this like higher up god tier, like nothing, they can do no wrong. And by doing that in the movie, they killed him, and almost like you said, it put into perspective like the danger that they're doing and how big of a deal that is. And it upped the stakes so high. Like,
and what ups the stakes even more is that Akaza is not the strongest demon either.
No.
He's not
Michael,
Upper Moon number one.
They're still gonna
He's
fight
not
Michael Jackson.
Right. He's not Michael Jackson. He's not upper rank number one. He's upper rank 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 demons above him in terms of strength. And that is what really puts it into perspective. Is if someone as strong as Rengoku can't beat 3, how are these main characters or even the other Hashira and Demon Slayer going to beat 2, 1, and Michael Jackson?
I think, this is something that a lot of franchises are struggling with now, is they can't kill their IP because that makes them money. So Marvel cannot kill a single character because they use the multiverse to bring them back because it brings them money. Star Wars can't kill a single character. Jurassic Park is starting to do this. With Jurassic World Dominion is not out yet. I have very high hopes for it, but I really hope it's not one of those nostalgia grabs. Hey, look, it's Laura Dern. But Demon Slayer doesn't do that. They're like, yeah, that guy you really liked? Dead. Get out of here. Never coming back. And it
and
ups
that's
the
something
stakes.
that anime does.
It ups the stakes.
That's something.
It's awesome.
One day I'll make you watch Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, literally, you will watch the first season of Attack. You watch the first few episodes of Attack on Titan, and you're like, oh my gosh, we love our main characters. We love all these people. Die. Oh, we love this character. Die. Oh, well, you're getting me attached to this character. Die. By the time you get to season 2, you're like, I will make no emotional attachments to anyone because anyone can die at any second. And you live the entirety of the show knowing that at any point someone could be killed off. And I kind of like that. Because it's not like the Marvel shows where you're like, oh, they're not going to kill it. And it's not like the fake stuff either. Like in Solo, random example.
Yeah.
In Solo, there's a scene where they almost kill Chewbacca. And it's like, well, you're not going to kill Chewbacca.
It's a prequel.
He's in these other movies. And you're not going to do it.
It's the kind of thing where, like...
You don't have the guts to do it.
It's like at the end of Doctor Strange where we're like, did they really kill Wanda? Because they wouldn't. They're not gonna. So, I don't know.
Anime is not afraid to kill characters.
I really like
and I really appreciate that.
Essentially, they had the guts to do it. Because it made the story better. One more thing I want to go on about before we move on to something else is... Episode 19. The end of episode 19. This is the ending of the like mountain arc. So Nick told me, he said, when you get to episode 19, he said, when there's about 5 minutes left, he said, just take a video, because I want to see your reaction. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. I can do that. I start the video and I'm like, all right, what is this? Because he's fighting the string guy, and then one of the most beautiful cinematic sequences that I have seen in my entire life plays before my eyes. The song makes it a million times more emotional. There is a montage of Tanjiro and Nezuko growing up together. Very emotional. It's very nostalgic for them. They team up, and it is just... So now there is a video somewhere of, like, me watching this, and I'm just crying. Like, because it's just... It hits. Like, it hits. And I sent it to him, and he replied the next day, and he was like, we respect the manly tears. Because this, like, it's just beautiful in front of me, and, like, it ends, and I'm just like, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. And it's
Demon
just...
Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba.
It just... It's insane. It's, it's legitimately insane. And I'm just like, frick, dude. Yeah. And it was like 1 a.m. too, because I was binging the show. So I was like, I need to go to bed, but it was insane.
The Hinokami Kagura, that scene is what solidified Demon Slayer in my number 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't find it hard to get emotional over stuff, and I didn't cry over that scene, but that scene really just like snapped inside of me, like, this is my number 2 anime of all time. Like, easy.
So what's weird is this is a very intense show, and it's a very, like, there's a lot to it and a lot of interconnecting parts, but it somehow became my comfort show. And I don't know, like, for a period in time, Demon Slayer was, like, the comfort show that I had, which is insane because it's insanely bloody and intense, but, like, it pulled in those moments of heart that really, like, set it in stone as one of those comforting shows, which is insanely impressive. I cannot, like, I don't know how they did it. Like, I was so attached to all the characters, like, but I ask, this is a question for you because I don't really know how to answer it. Do you have anything bad to say about this show?
The weebs are gonna hate me, but not really. I think
I can't.
Demon Slayer. I mean, I might have some things like, oh, I don't like the way they paced this episode based on how it, was in the manga, or blah blah blah. Like, really nitpicky stuff. And if you give me enough time, I can say, oh, I don't like that they killed Rengoku. That's not a genuine critique of the show. That's a personal opinion.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer really is what I would consider a near flawless adaptation of the manga, because Ufotable just really takes their time with it, because it's the only series they're working on right now, and they are just putting everything into this show. And you can tell, even like season 1, the movie, season 2, all of it, you can tell they are pouring every ounce of blood, sweat, tears, like, into this show, and it shows. And it is like, it was when season 2 was coming out, it was one of the most watched. The only thing that was more watched was Attack on Titan, which,
because it went for longer.
The final season, that's a much bigger deal, because Attack on Titan is a big deal. But for a standalone, shonen manga adaptation, Demon Slayer did work. And it, for comparison, like, My Hero Academia took, it was like season 2, halfway through season 2 before it was really mainstream. Demon Slayer was mainstream, really episode 19 is what put Demon Slayer in the mainstream, because Ninja tweeted and said, like, wow, episode 19 was great.
Like Ninja Fortnite? Seriously?
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
That's
he
hilarious.
tweeted episode 19 is like God tier or something, and it trended on Twitter for like 3 days straight.
So...
And that's when Demon Slayer was put in the public eye.
I think... I have a question. Remind me to ask you a question later, because this is a much deeper thing that we could do on an entire episode about. But I just, like you said, this is one of the closest things I've seen to a perfect show. It, like, is there such thing as a perfect show? If there is, I haven't seen it. So
you're about to. You're about to.
So season 1, just isolated, it's near perfect. I legitimately struggle to find things to say wrong about this. But here's my question is, like, someone just watches Demon Slayer, myself, I just watched it, where, like, what's next? Because I will say this first. An interesting thing I learned was it's kind of a joke to be like, oh, the weebs, like, they're such losers. But, like, anytime I mentioned that I was watching this show, a crowd would gather. And, like, everyone loves this show, but no one wants to say it. And I was just like, hold on, like, what?
Yeah.
Why are...
It depends on the circle, but being a weeb is still... Like, obviously, being a nerd is more mainstream. But... being a weeb is one of those things like, oh, because if you talk about anime, you're immediately like, oh, you're a weeb. Yeah. You have body pillows, and you like cat girls, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, I really like Demon Slayer.
I just think that this is a really high quality animation that someone obviously put a lot of effort into. So, like, yeah, it's almost like we should appreciate animation quality. Wait, hold on a second. I think it's almost like animation is a genuine medium that can tell stories and is just as important in telling stories as live action. It's almost like sometimes it's even better than live action, and sometimes translating it to live action doesn't work. Wait, hold on.
And it's almost like animation, you can do a lot crazier stuff because it's animated.
I'm having a power thought. Whoa.
I will say, the next part of Jackson's anime adventure, I've determined, will be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist.
And I almost feel bad showing you Demon Slayer, then Full Metal Alchemist.
Why?
Because if you have Demon Slayer as a near flawless adaptation, Full Metal Alchemist is the only anime I have ever given a 10 out of 10.
That makes me nervous, because if I don't like it, then...
As much as I love My Hero and as much as I love Demon Slayer, neither of them are 10 out of 10.
You can have...
Full Metal Alchemist is the only anime I've given a 10 out of 10.
That's fair. I think... Yeah, you kind of sucked me into this world, and it's a slippery slope, but with you as my guide, I think we can do some amazing things. And
yes,
you are essentially the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog. And you've grabbed me. Oh, you ready? And now I'm trapped in this world of buying Demon Slayer jackets. And you see at Target, now I'm like, guys, the Demon Slayer sweatpants, which is let's go.
I will say, our comment question of the week, or maybe our poll of the week, because I'm gonna pick 2 options for Jackson's third anime adventure. And if you're on Spotify, go to the description.
Go vote.
And vote. There will be a poll there with 2 or 3 anime that I will show Jackson after Full Metal Alchemist. There's a specific reason that I'm doing Full Metal Alchemist next.
You'll see it later.
You'll understand later. There's a specific reason why I'm doing Full Metal Alchemist next. But after that, I'm open to suggestions of what anime he should watch next. So you can
Bunny
go
Girl
vote in the
Senpai.
Hey, yo, let's go. I already got Scott to watch it. Now I gotta get you.
Can we get the triple
close.
Jackson and Scott's anime adventure? Let's freaking go, dude.
Let's go. Triple podcast. Scott can get on and talk about how he doesn't like it.
He's like, time travel?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
So, yeah. Do you want to...
I'd love to run a quiz.
Hold on. I'm looking for a pun here. Would you like to breathe through this quiz? About which Demon Slayer breathing type do you have?
Okay.
Okay.
Get it? Because
while you
yeah.
while you pull that up, I'm gonna do this quick quiz on fandom trivia. Can you slay these demonic questions? Let's find out.
Did you text it to me?
How many chapters in the Demon Slayer manga? I know this. It's 205.
You didn't text me the quiz?
Yeah, I did. I put it on Discord.
Oh, hold up. Sorry.
Wait, which demon was introduced as a former member of the 12 Kizuki?
How do I see that?
A former.
Oh my
it was-
gosh.
No.
Sir, you can't send me Discord messages when I'm recording.
Which breathing sounds?
I've
I
lost
can't read
him.
this one out. That's a manga spoiler.
Oh my gosh.
And I can answer it via context clues.
My gosh.
Um,
You can't send me Discord
dude,
messages.
it's on Discord.
You can't send me Discord messages when I'm recording. I can't
which
see
character
them.
has the most wives?
Oh my gosh. I can't see Discord messages when I'm recording.
Wait, you're telling me there's a character that has more wives than Tengen Chadzui?
I just need Chadzui.
What?
Tengen
Bruh, Tengen's a
Chadzui.
Chad, okay? You'll understand. Also, no, oh wait, who's the oldest demon?
How many?
Shoot.
Oh my gosh. How many times do I have
No,
to say
it was
I
Muzan.
can't read Discord messages when it's recording.
got a 2 out of 5. Oopsies. Oh, do I need to actually text it to you?
Yes.
Okay, here, give me 2 seconds.
Trying to tell you this for like 3 minutes.
Gosh, well, you should have been a little clearer about it. Be a little more clear about it next time, okay?
Ugh.
Open up messages, dear Lord. Okay, there we go.
Just a little
I
housekeeping.
sent
you
it.
know?
I also want to note. That everyone was okay with Rengoku in the movie, and everyone was okay with Tengen in season 2. But never forget that they did not hesitate to vote to kill Tanjiro and Nezuko. Like, they were like, should we have a vote? They were both like, no, murder
Kill
the
'em.
child. And I was like,
All right, here we go.
Rengoku, no,
Wait.
you can't. All right, what's the first question? Because I accidentally answered it, and it won't let me go back to the beginning. I mean, I answered it with the right, like, what I would have put.
Okay.
But I don't have the first answer, or the first question.
Wait, this is a really weird website. I cannot find the actual quiz.
It's there. You just answer the first question. If you can find the first question, you can go from there.
Your favorite... Okay, here we go. What Demon Slayer breathing type are you? Your favorite Demon Slayer character is...
Tanjiro Kamado. Also known as Ganpachiro Kamaboko.
Zenitsu's turned into my favorite. As a child, you enjoyed making small fires, trapping and catching insects, climbing tall trees, dancing in the rain, racing with friends.
I'm going to say racing with friends. I was
I
never
personally-
an outdoors person.
They're not talking about Mario Kart, by the way.
I'm aware.
Okay, just checking. I was a pretty big fan of climbing tall trees. It was very dangerous. Which of these sleeping habits do you have? Midnight snacks are my life. I happen to be a sleepwalker. Snoring. I fidget a lot. Or I drool like a dog.
I fidget around a lot.
I fidget around a lot. In battle,
Okay.
one's movements should be adaptable in every situation, subtle and graceful, swift and merciless, fierce and passionate, or dynamic and unpredictable.
That's
I gotta think
an
about how I
interesting
play
question.
Fortnite. How do I battle?
how do I play Fortnite? If we're going based off of Fortnite,
Honestly,
dynamic and unpredictable.
Dynamic and unpredictable. Never let them know your next move. Just build stairs all around them. That's what I always
the next
do.
question. The next question is in a hunting party. You're better off as, so we can continue the Fortnite answers.
In a hunting party, you're better off as strategist, scout, all-around fighter, flanking attacker, or duelist.
I'm an all-around fighter. Although, okay, this is not related to Fortnite though. I gotta get that out of my head. If I had a sword in my hand, I would be. Oh yeah, I'd still be an all-around fighter.
I'd be a strategist.
Is that an Anya Nendoroid on the Crunchyroll store? No,
Stop it. You're hunting.
Is that a
demon.
My Hero Academia
Stop it.
crockpot?
No. Not the
no.
My Hero Academia crockpot.
There's a My Hero Academia crockpot on the Crunchyroll store. Only for $35 too.
We just had a
That's an
conversation
affordable
about
crockpot right there.
We just had a conversation about how
The-
weebs
dude.
need to become normal people, and having a My Hero crockpot does not make you normal.
The Anya Nendoroid is
Get
more expensive
out of here.
than the cooker.
Ugh. You're hunting a demon in the woods. What's your plan of action?
Run away. Burn the forest, leave nothing alive. That's my favorite
Stage an ambush
answer.
they can't escape from. Catch them off guard in a surprise attack. Burn the forest. Harass them repeatedly to exhaust them. Flush them out of the woods at dawn. Honestly, harass them repeatedly would be pretty fun. So,
I'm going to go with catch them off guard in a surprise attack.
there's a festival in the village. What's your favorite attraction?
A Hodaka Morishima figure?
Stop.
No. They have Weathering with You figures on the Crunchyroll store?
I'm getting ads
That's
for
a
a Louis Capelli Funko Pop. So I don't know what these cookies are, but you're at a festival. What's your favorite attraction? The colorful costumes, all the tasty food, fireworks, nice out with friends, or the band's playing great music. I gotta decide between the music or the food.
Yeah, I gotta do... I mean, it depends. What kind of festival? Are we talking like... Are we assuming this is like a Japanese festival?
I'm gonna do the food. Just because...
Because if it's a Japanese festival, then I will go food.
Yeah.
Because Asian food, bro. They can make some good food. You got that
Panda Express.
Why is it... And hear me out. Why is it that other ethnicities can make so much better food than American food? Like, when you think of American food, it's hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, all this stuff.
No, don't diss mac
Pretty
and cheese.
basic.
I'm
not dissing mac and cheese. But then the Japanese come out with, we got this teriyaki bun.
Do you want to know why?
We got chicken and rice.
Do you want to know why?
I have a theory. Hispanics have, or I'm sorry, maybe not Hispanics, but like Mexican food, dude.
Hits. Okay, let me tell you. 1, fajitas are my favorite food of all time. 2,
I love me a good enchilada, dude.
Do you want to know why? You want to know why American food isn't as great? Because British food is worse. And when we ceased from Britain, that's all we knew.
You make a fantastic point.
That's big brain right there. Mm-hmm. Now
I'm gonna go with all the tasty food.
Maybe we don't eat beans for breakfast, but we do know what corn dogs are. So,
you've always wanted to try driving a Formula One race car, surfing across a gnarly wave, starting a butterfly farm, Hawkmoth ? Hang gliding in a storm, Fortnite, binge eating in a mukbang. Hold on, what is a mukbang? I'm unaware what that is.
Do I want to know?
What is that? Hold on. A mukbang, also known as an eating show, is an online audio-visual broadcast in which a host consumes various quantities of food while interacting with the audience. So it's a Twitch stream while I eat my Chick-fil-A sandwich. I've never wanted to try that.
I'm going to say race car.
Yeah, I'll go with a race car. Everything else seems kind of...
When you're not fighting demons, you are... studying their weakness in books, dreaming about being a braver warrior, searching for demon layers nearby, training relentlessly, or protecting people traveling at night. None of these I'm playing.
Dreaming.
I'm doing none of these. I'm playing Nintendo Switch Sports. Thank you very much.
Wow. You gotta play Shambara to keep up your sword skills?
I will say... searching for demon layers nearby, because that sounds like Zelda, and I like that.
Oh, good point. Good point. I'm gonna say dreaming about. Actually, no. I'm gonna say training relentlessly to fight better.
Okay,
my weapon style largely consists of.
So there's a GIF in this quiz of like Zenitsu like going crazy. I'm gonna say when he goes crazy. What's that like? I don't even know what to say. When he goes Super Saiyan or whatever the people say. Oh no. He's the best. He's the best at going ham essentially. Your weapon style largely consists of sharp and precise thrusts, rapid, overwhelming strikes, an unending flurry of slashes, aerobic assaults. Give me an example of an aerobic assault.
Acrobatic assaults. Oh! Do you need glasses?
I was like, da-da-da-da-da. That's an aerobic assault. A single
exercise for
strike.
singles is actually your breathing type.
That's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. I'm going to say sharp and precise thrusts.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say rapid, overwhelming strikes. How do I unwind after a day of demon
You have to
slaying?
do the Drax the Destroyer, like, How would you unwind after a day of demon slaying? Going on a
Where's
long
playing
stroll,
Fortnite?
sleeping, cooking, spending time with loved ones, or reading a good book?
It's time with loved ones.
Yeah, me
Easy.
too. Easy. Spending time with loved ones. What's a trait you want to develop further? Courage, resolve, self-control, fortitude. Fortitude? Like Fortnite?
Like
Or
Fortnite?
patience.
We've made too many Fortnite references.
Too many Fortnite jokes today, but it's just the only thing on my mind.
Courage, resolve, self-control, fortitude, or patience.
Patience. I'm
Self-control,
so impatient.
baby. I spent $230 at the convention last weekend, and now I'm broke.
Ooh.
Let's go!
Okay. Which one are you?
I got thunder breathing. Let's go.
Poggers.
I've always said if I was going to be a demon slayer, I want thunder breathing.
All right. Your breathing style is wind breathing.
Wait, we haven't gone to the wind hashira yet, have we?
Yeah. I was kind of like,
Who is the I think it's Sanemi?
wind
Yeah,
breathing
Sanemi
users
Shinizawa.
subject their opponents to never-ending barrage of attacks. This offense-oriented style fixates on a rapid assault of slashes and strikes from several directions, with the swordsman resembling a tornado with their spins and twists. I'm like a tornado, baby! Woo!
Wielders of thunder breathing prefer sudden, overwhelming attacks that leave their opponents no time to counterattack or even react. Users focus most of their power into their lower limbs, allowing them to reach unstoppable momentum and instantly close with enemies. I dig it. I dig it.
I dig it.
Thunder breathing is dope.
Hey,
I'm a lightning
look at
guy.
us. Look at us. All right. Podcast
Demon
outro.
Slayer buddies? Bam.
Podcast
Ayo.
outro, 7th form.
Podcast outro, 7th form. Social media plugs. Thank you for listening today. If you want to stay up to date with the podcast, you can follow us on Instagram or TikTok at the Nerdiest Podcast. And if you have feedback or a question you want to submit, you can do so through the Contact Us page on our website, or you can go down in the description and there's a link there. Also, don't forget, check the poll in the description on Spotify to choose what anime Jackson will be watching after I make him watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
And if you like what we do here, consider giving a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening. But the best way for us to grow really is word of mouth. So go tell your friends, tell your cousins, your distant uncles, whoever you want to send it to. It's a great way for us to grow. Also, don't forget, you can buy stickers with a link in the description. $3 a piece, very high quality. And all of those proceeds go right back into the show so that we can make it better for you and hopefully be more consistent with it in the future.
Yep. Again, thank you for listening, and we hope to see you in the next episode. Peace out.
Oh, bye!